Hello everyone and welcome back to the Janky Skies of Bentley. Welcome back everyone. In the last episode we got ourselves set up with some refined storage and it's looking pretty good so far. I did mess up something though, and I do want to point this out that it's different for a lot of different systems. I think we noticed on the simple storage network, I think it's reversed. But in this case, higher priority, let's see, yeah. So higher priority goes first. I think the last one, lower priority goes first, so it gets a little bit confusing sometimes. Every like storage system that uses priority systems, kind of do it a little bit differently. I don't know, maybe I did. Maybe, I don't know. I could just be overthinking it sometimes. I do tend to overthink things a lot, and, but yeah, I did finish setting this up. So this is the last thing I want everything to go inside of, so we set this to -2. Down below, we have this chest set up as 0, and then I believe this is set up as 1? Yes. So if it can't fit inside of our storage drawers, it can't fit inside of this, it'll go inside of the disk drives first. So currently our cobblestone setup has been working very well with the facing downwards block breakers and the hoppers there, and picking everything up, importing it into our system. Another comment that I've actually missed, and I apologize for not seeing these, so we're going to try out a few things here probably with create here in just a moment, is placing a block here at the end. Now, if we do this, I'm assuming what that means is it keeps that block there so it can continue finish washing. So what we're going to do is we'll toss a little bit more sand inside of our crusher system here real quick. And I'm actually going to move this system real quick. Very carefully at that. We're going to try to at least. So that means regardless of speed, I'm assuming this will still work just fine. So we're just going to kind of move a few things around real quick just to kind of play around with it and see how this actually works with it set up this way. Now, if we set this up, we're going to probably want to do this, and then we'll probably want this to go there. We'll have that cogwheel there to spin the other one that is attached to the fan, which means we need to scoot this over now. And think that should work. Yeah, there we go. That should work out pretty well. Did I actually put away? I did. Darn it. I hate that. I hate that. I accidentally put it away. So I do need to try to find some time and get in here and hook up the request system from Simple Storage Network so that way we can access... Where is my flint and steel? Wait a minute. I know I had a flint and steel. Where is it at? Man, I've been playing so many different modded things, I don't remember where I put this and that anymore. There it is. I need to start using my backpack because it's so huge and everything else. So let's go ahead and light that up. I should start spinning that. So that means, oops, oh my gosh. This jetpack, man. I wish it wasn't so, I wish there was like a command to like, or a way to turn on and off this. This speed is really nice at times, but when you're like in a confined area like this, it's kind of obnoxious. And it still does it even with hover mode on. So, I don't know. It would be nice. Could just turn flight off, I guess, for the time being. So anyways, so this is going much faster now. So if we grab our lime sand that we just cooked up, which, by the way, I'm still trying to get more clay going, which is something that we are going to need a lot of for our particular build. So let's go ahead and toss in this lime sand. I guess it doesn't really matter whereabouts it is, as long as it's in this 2-block area then. I didn't think it actually worked this way, but apparently, look at that, it does. Well, that is pretty awesome. I did not know that at all. Thanks for the tip. Appreciate that. Well, that's very nice. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and put all of that stuff away that we don't need at the moment. We can put the rest of this away as well. Now, there's some other things I do want to point out real quick. Now, if you guys remember, early on, we were using a watering can, and then we couldn't get this thing to fill up. Now, there's actually a way of doing this, and it's very finicky. But basically, what you want to do is you want to submerge yourself in water, and then you're going to need to right-click. it doesn't seem to really want to work on top, like, while you're doing that. But as you can see, now we got the watering can working. I don't know what it is. It's something about this version, I guess, that just makes it work that way. Maybe it's something to do with a water update, I'm assuming? So there is also that. But there's a few things I do want to get going today. Nothing too crazy. It's kind of some smaller stuff that I want to go over and kind of get done. Mainly because we do have our mob farm. We are going to try to get this thing updated and upgraded very soon. In fact, you know what? Let's do a little bit of that today. Now, there's some stuff that we can do here, and I'm probably going to end up moving it, but for now, I think I'm going to try? Do I really want to do that, though? Do I really want to do that right now? I don't know. May not be the best idea in the world. I'd have to have a way to turn it on and off. Because it does kind of worry me a little bit. I would have to automate the killing of the mobs, I think. Oof. Well, anyways, there is that as well. So there you go. We got the watering can filled, so you can actually use this to water your crops now, if you're wondering. But let's go do something else. We were working on some armor at some point, and that is really, really, really good. Armor is always nice, and I've been trying to find some other foods as well, but as it sits right now, I don't necessarily need the armor at the moment. We have some mobility to kind of get away rather quickly. As you saw in the last episode, we got away from the pigmen pretty quickly, and I wasn't really too worried about it. I did almost die, yes, but yeah. Anyways, so we did, between episodes, also get some more items. We got plenty of diamonds, we got more redstone, some more things we can make. I also went ahead and made, if you'll notice, another dimensional cell here. This is hooked up to our system over there, and our power supply is still being kept up rather well. And it is powering our refined storage also. So this is a good sign that we don't really need to upgrade this just yet. But this is a pretty decent little power source just to kind of get it started. And I'm very pleased with how it's actually working. And I love the animations on it. It's a nice little block. Alright, so let's take a look at something. I was going to do something. What was I going to do? I totally forgot. What was I going to do? Alright, so here is the advancement list for this. Now, we don't really have these things to do this right now, which is like nether star stuff. I'm assuming the end is very similar, and then we have flight. I don't know if this unlocks anything else once we get toward the end. This is something we can craft. I'm not too worried about doing that right now. As you can see, we got a lot of advancements in here from a lot of the other mods and vanilla as well. Why do I keep putting my food away? This is so weird. Anyways, let's do that as well real quick. So there's a bunch of little foods that we can actually eat on, like, that aren't cooked, like potatoes. And there we go. I've been waiting for that. 2 unique cards. So there we go. Very nice. I've also been grabbing up some of the salmon, so we can actually go ahead and get that cooked up. Oh, we got some more cooked cod in there as well. Alright, that works out well. We'll just grab a stack of coal and pop that in the smoker and let that start doing its work. So this cooked cod will eat us for a little bit, but we've already ate it, so it's not going to benefit us anymore, giving us additional hearts at the moment. Let's see, let's go ahead and I just want to catch you guys up on a few things there and show you guys that. I guess maybe let's come downstairs and maybe see about trying to automate this system a little bit. This might take a little bit of a process. Oh yeah, that's something else I want to show you. So when we're going through and we're doing a lot of this, right, we're going to be doing a lot of breaking down the cobblestone and all of that good stuff. We're going to be getting a lot of flint as well. And I'm going to show you guys what I think is a good idea for this, and that is coming over here and breaking down the flint into silicon dioxide. And what that's going to do is allow you to use this in the combiner to make a couple different things. So we can do anything from sand to more cobblestone. So we can actually use this as a byproduct to get us more cobblestone, because we don't really need that much flint. We can also use it to get stone, gravel, and we can bypass the process of crushing it down, as well as the sand here. But as you can tell, the sand is a little bit more expensive, obviously. Granite, diorite, andesite, and more flint. So it looks like you can actually get more flint than anything. We can also make nether quartz, soul sand, obsidian, and some other chemicals as well. Now, I think, in my opinion, this is probably, I was using it to get some sand. I'm going to actually say that this might be a little bit better to use getting, not that. not that. Well, I mean, andesite's not a bad thing either. So if you're like running low and you're doing create and you need some more items, then it's probably not a bad idea. So you can see as far as getting resources in from andesite, that's actually not a bad way of doing it. Let me look at this again. I was going to say maybe doing gravel instead. Gravel's in the top right. All right, so we'll put this up here. We're going to lock the recipe in. That's going to go ahead and do that. As you can see, though, it is using a lot of power to do so. Of course, it is also nighttime. So let's go ahead and sleep real quick. We might actually move it over to our power cell. I'm going to be calling this a power cell, by the way, even though it's renamed as a dimensional cell for the time being. But we are going to probably be calling it a power cell, as that is what I am used to calling it. So here we go. All right, so we'll just go ahead and toss that in. As you can see, the power is rising back up. It did knock us down some power-wise, but looks like our solars are not really keeping up with this. This seems like it might be using a little bit more than normal, but we can totally be using this to get us some more resources as well. Now, obviously, this isn't as fast as some people would like, and if anything, if you want it faster, then make more. They're not super expensive. It's the same with anything. If it's not fast enough, what do? You make more. You make more. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, how would we want to go about picking an item up from this? We're going to maybe do this one step at a time. We're going to probably also need to move this over, and I have no idea whether or not I want to keep this or not, because this has been a pain in my butt to try to figure out how to set these up on a different system than using water wheels. It is rather obnoxious, I will say that. So I want to test out a few things that I'm not sure are things that are actually going to work or not with refined storage. So let's go ahead and go refined, and we're going to grab not a constructor, I think it's a destructor? Constructor places blocks. I'm thinking the destructor picks them up, but I'm wondering if it will pick up items that just fall on top of it. So that's what we want to test out real quick. We're going to need a destruction core, so I did go to the nether, and I did get some more nether quartz. Not a whole ton, just a little bit to maybe wrap us up for the day. So we'll do that. We'll grab some of this quartz iron here, and there we go. All right, we'll grab a cable. In fact, let's actually go ahead and craft a few more cables while we're at it. All right, that is not a cable. Where is the cable at? It is so hard to tell. They all kind of look the same, and it's really dark. Okay, there we go. Because we need to hook this up to our system. So there we go. How's our power looking now? See, we're already back up to the top. So while we're waiting, we can just go ahead and toss that in, grab another stack of the gravel out, and we don't have to worry about that step anymore. Because I really don't know what we're going to be needing all of that gravel for. Now, if this is a different pack, or not gravel, flint. If this is a different pack, then maybe we would see that we could definitely be using that for something else. All right, so this, we do know that it's fan, water, space, space. So we'll break that. We're going to place a block above here, so that way we can take our destructor and put it there. We're going to carefully break our other block as well, which is our andesite, and it's still kind of floating up there. So we'll go ahead and turn on our magnet, because we are a little bit far away from our system for the moment. All right, so let's actually let's right click on this. What is this? Exact mode, blacklist, types, redstone, pick up items instead of breaking. Oh, so that is a thing. That is what I'm looking for. That is going to aid our system a lot easier to help automate this so much nicer. The only thing I am a little worried about is the items falling in right here. So here's what I want to do. We're going to do a small test, and we're going to hook this up to our system. So let's go ahead and poke a hole into the ground here, so that way we know about where this is. And unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have... Well, I mean, the nice thing about... we do have... Does this version have facades set up yet? I'm not seeing them on here, so I'm assuming we don't. So we can't really make things look nice yet. I'm assuming that'll probably be coming in the future. So in a previous version of Refined Storage, if you didn't know, what you can do is you can make facades or covers, depending on which... Why is there just a random block there? Depending on, I guess, I'm not sure. Certain mods call them certain things. I generally just call them facades. But there we go. Nice. Okay, so we got that hooked up. But yeah, it's either facades or covers, one of the two. I can't remember which. So as we can see, now we have this on. All right, so here's what I want to do. We actually need to deactivate this. Ignore redstone signal, only work with redstone signal. So it is currently off. And what I want to do is we want to run maybe a good stack of this through this. So this is kind of preparation for this in a sense real quick. So it looks like this is actually going to work out the way I want it to. So there we go. All right, so there's our items. So we want to get a good representation of each item that is going to be coming out of things like gravel. We'll probably have to do a couple different setups, or yeah, honestly, I think we'll have to have a couple different setups because this can only do a certain number of items. So we might be able to do like 2 different things out of this because these crushers, we can go down from gravel to sand to limestone. Each thing's dropping something a little bit different. And the reason why I want to do it this way is because we can filter and only have, like, say for instance, one of these using lava instead of, like, you know, multiples, you know, dealing down a line with a bunch of different stuff, where you could have set that up a lot earlier with conveyor belts and all of the things from Create and everything of that nature. But let's go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead and say, for instance, we probably do want to just go ahead and pick up everything, honestly. We do want to pick up everything, but the reason why I did this, actually, yes. So we want to whitelist items, because what happens is if the gravel is sitting over it, actually, you know what we could do? We could actually flip that around. We could blacklist gravel instead. That's actually going to set this up a lot better. We don't actually need to do multiple systems. I don't know why didn't I just think of that? Why didn't I just think of that? So we can turn this only work, ignore redstone signals. So if we do that, the fact that it is now blacklisting this. As soon as those items are done, they should be automatically imported into our system. And there they go. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So there's going to be a little bit of a slowdown there. It's not super fast, but we can speed it up a little bit by making some speed upgrades. And even what would maybe be a little bit better is a stack upgrade, depending on how fast we want the system to go. But for now, maybe let's just worry about doing a speed upgrade. And those can actually do up to 4, so let's go ahead and make 2 for now. We have plenty of sugar, so I'm not too worried about this. Alright, so 2 speed upgrades. We'll go ahead and put all of that away for the time being. So how's this looking? Nice. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get a little bit more of that running real quick and see how that fares for us. So this is currently always on. We can go ahead and put in our speed upgrades. They'll go onto the right side here. So with you guys telling me that, you really saved me a lot of a headache figuring this out. So props to you. That's all I'm going to say. Props. I wonder if I can do this. It just looks weird. So I'm probably going to have to change this up a little bit. Which is fine, because I am going to try to make this look aesthetically pleasing, which is something I always tend to try to do. Alright, so there's a little bit more gravel. Do we have any of that in our system? We do, actually, gravel. So we can just go ahead and do that with a little bit more. Actually, you know what? We probably should save some, so let's just do 3 stacks for now and just kind of see how this works out for us. Most of that's going to end up probably making its way into our disk drive, which is currently 33% full. So if we jump back in here now, we're going to do another test. We're just going to go ahead and do a bunch more, just to kind of see how well these speed upgrades are actually going to be working for us. There we go. And that's pretty quick. That's actually not bad. I'm okay with that. That is okay-ish. All right, so now we just need to figure out how we want to do that. So I'm wondering if a constructor, if a deconstructor allows you to pick up items, I'm wondering if a constructor will allow you to drop an item without placing it as a block. So let's check that out real quick. Let's see if this is actually a thing that we can do here. All right, so we're going to need a construction cort. Let's go ahead and pop this guy down just for the sake of doing it. Drop blocks instead of placing. Wow, dude, I am flabbergasted right now. Like, really? So now here's the thing about the constructor, right? Now here's going to be a little bit of an issue. We're going to have a problem trying to say, hey, there's this many items that we want to put inside of it, because there's only a certain number of items that we can actually put inside of this. In fact, it looks like it can't only do one. Hold on. Filter. I'm wondering if this is what we need in order for this to work. So let's go ahead and craft one real quick, just to kind of get an idea if this is indeed the case. And if we right click on this, okay, this is a lot more space. We might actually be able to do this with just one. So we're going to do a little bit of a test. We'll do this with one item for now, because we have a bunch of other chunks as well. So let's go ahead and click in the iron ore chunks. We're going to go ahead and say whitelist mod filter. I'm not really sure what the rest of this is, but types of items. And I'm assuming at that point we can put that inside of the constructor. If we break it, I'm assuming... Okay, maybe... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so... I got it. Oh, that's really cool. I'm glad that allows you to actually keep the filters, so you don't have to worry about, you know, constantly making more. That's really nice. That is actually very nice. So technically we don't really need to drop it right here, but I'm probably going to, just because... Oh, dang it. Man, I was hoping I'd be able to place it on top of that. And I can't just do that. Okay, the sign might have to go for a second, actually. Alright. Goodbye, sign. Alright, we'll put down the coal generator for a moment. We're going to put down a constructor. On top of that, we will grab this. Okay, well, that went back in the system. That's fine, though. That's fine. We'll put this sign back down. And there we go. So we got our constructor set up. We want this to drop blocks instead of placing, and then we're going to hook this up to our system. All right, so we're getting there slowly but surely. This is probably going to take a couple episodes for us to actually do well. But because I want to run, I kind of want to do this step by step. So that way everyone can kind of get an idea, maybe see how things work, and maybe come up with some different ideas yourself. Because that is the fun of this whole thing, is possibly coming up with something else yourself. Okay, so this is going to get a little ugly, unfortunately. But it is what it is. And we do what we gotta do. And I will try to possibly in the future make this a little bit nicer looking. But for now, there we go. So let's go ahead and come back up here. Let's take a look. Let's go ahead and set this to... Well, it's already ignoring. Drop blocks instead of placing. Exact mode on. Types, items, fluids, items, okay? Ignore redstone signal. I can't really tell if this thing is on or not. Okay, it looks like it's on. It looks like it's powered with it being blue and all. Place that back down. Let's see, maybe there's something to do with my whitelisting on here. Whitelist NBT off. Type items. I'm wondering if the sign is in the way. Maybe we need to take this up another block. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it doesn't necessarily have a block space to actually allow this to happen. So what we'll do is... Well, dang it. I don't have blocks on me. Alright, we'll do this for the time being. We'll put the constructor up here. We'll give this another shot here. Get rid of that. Let's try this one more time. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. That possibly that this may not be working well, or I'm doing this completely wrong. Alright, let's take that out. Let's do this. Okay, so the filter doesn't necessarily work. This was basically to test for the lava and everything. So we can do this is kind of separate. So this is a little bit of a pain because this is not either working right or I'm just not sure. I'm not actually too sure why that's not doing that in the filter. Maybe this only works for one item. Unless the filter goes up here? Oh, no. Well, that's unfortunate. And refined. We got a storage housing. That is for the discs there. Creative storage disk. Filter, network card. Fortune upgrade. I'm just wondering if there is a different item besides that, maybe? Construction core. So if you guys know what it is, let me know in the comments down below. I'll keep an eye on them. But for the time being, this is going to be a little bit of a hassle, I guess, because what we want to do is we want to have gravel being dropped. So what we'll do real quick, and I'll show you guys the plan here, we're going to make a stack upgrade instead. So let's go ahead and get a stack upgrade made. We're going to need 4 speed upgrades, so we're going to need a few of these guys made. So we're going to need to make one, oops, what was that? Oh, quartz iron. Gosh, man, that iron. All right, let's get a stack made. That should last us a little bit, I hope. Okay, that should be 4. And then we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll need one of you. Stack upgrade. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this up to gravel. So we'll grab a piece of gravel out. This is basically the concept of automating this system here. So we'll put in our stack upgrade. We'll send out gravel. This is going to go rather quickly, by the way. As you can tell, most of it is already out of our system. So this is going to do the wash. As soon as it does, it's going to convert everything over, and it's going to quickly start getting picked up and put into our system as it is washed. Beautiful. Okay, so this is a little bit of a downside, the fact that the filter is not currently working the way we want it to. So we got to figure something else out. But we can actually get rid of this setup and hook it up with another, what is that, Destructor? That's not a bad idea. So technically, if we make one of each of those, we can actually automate this whole system pretty simply. So we'll need another constructor to place the blocks down, and then we'll need a deconstructor to pick them up on the other one. And like I said, I will try to mess around with this and try to make it look a little bit nicer. I promise. Cable. So if you just type in cab, that works out well. There's a lot of little things you can do to just kind of make things a little bit easier for yourself. Now there is a little bit of an issue here. We're going to be very, very cautious because I don't want this to send stacks of cobblestone out on this because this doesn't work that fast. So we're going to have to be very, very careful about how fast we go with certain things on this. So let's go ahead and do our destroyer thing. Oops, where the heck did you place that? All right, Jetpack, I'm going to need you to start. I'm going to need you to work, Jetpack. The heck did you get up there? All right, okay. All right, we'll do that for the time being. That'll save us a little bit of time. All right. Which means we also won't need that chest there anymore either. So there we go. We got that one set up. And then nextly, we'll want to put up the constructor. So I'm thinking like right in here-ish. We'll go ahead and place a block. And this should help center this more perfectly. This actually might look and work even better, honestly, than we had it set up previously. As far as routing this, though, it's going to be a little bit of a pain. I'm wondering if I could go back here. Do something like this. Okay. I think that might work out well. And then I'll try to hook this up to over here. I think we're gonna need more cables. Literally one short. Always one short. Why am I always one short? Why are you gonna do this to me? Good Lord. Oops, we need to go down one more. I need to make these elevators bigger, by the way. This is one of the reasons why I haven't really been using it that much. But there we go, check it out. Look at that. Now we got this bad boy. This bad boy is going to be set up now. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and set this out to not do that. Place blocks instead, thank you very much. Is this going to drop them perfectly, though? Okay, that doesn't seem to be dropping it as well as I was hoping it would. Okay, we're going to set this to... basically, we'll just set this up to blacklist cobble, and then we'll pick up items. Yeah, I might need like a little bit of a protective barrier around this if I want to go this route. There might be a better route, honestly, than this, and that is exporting to a block that is going to do a dropper. So if we do that, what we can check out, there is a pretty cool dropper here from Engineer's Decor that we can try out real quick and see how well this maybe works. See how this actually pulls the planks of different varieties? That's what I'm saying. Like, this is why I was excited to do that. I don't know what that... I'm not sure. I'm hoping that was fixing an update. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn this off real quick. We're going to play around with this real fast and see if this is a little bit better. Because droppers are a little bit of a thing to be kind of finicky about. I can tell you that much right now. Okay, that doesn't go there. Alright, that does not go there. Let's try from up here. See if this works. Okay, so I'm thinking that looks correct. So if we do that, what we can do, get rid of this. We're going to test this one out real quick. So this is kind of, oh, look at that. It's even got like, oh my gosh. So you can like click that around and everything. All right, well, let's speed things up. I'm assuming this is like stack size or something. And then this is speed. I'm not really sure what some of these actually mean. Let's go ahead and see. Do you need a redstone signal to work? Do you need a redstone signal every time, or you do? So we would need a timer. Which is actually not a bad thing. I actually already have an idea for this, but we're not going to get into that today. I already got an idea. This is going to start working out very well. Oh man. I can't wait. Okay, so this is just kind of playing around with some concepts here, but I think I know exactly how I want to set up my system now, and after looking at this and maybe coming back to this very soon, I think we'll be able to exactly do what I want to do here and make this work very well. So I'm pleased to say that this has been a success in my opinion. This one will work out just fine. That one probably needs a little extra love, but it seems like it will drop items the way we want it to, perfectly straight on top of that guy. We're going to go ahead and say, let's do another test. Just to double check. Get a little extra cobblestone here. Place this inside of here. I know we had some in there, but just do this for now. See, that just drops it on there perfectly. So that is exactly what we want. So we're going to run through this probably in the next episode or so. I might fix around a little bit of this stuff up if I get a little bit of time between episodes. If not, we might find a little something different to do, but we'll see how it goes. So check that out. Look, as soon as the gravel comes in, it is automatically being washed, dropped over here and washed, and then imported back into our system. See? Check that out. Look at that. Automation at its finest. Beautiful. I love it. So that's just going to automate getting us resources, and that's going to make things so much easier on us. But for now, that's going to be it for today. So hopefully, guys, enjoyed today's episode of Janky Skyblock. If you guys did, be sure to hit that like button. It really helps me out, lets me know you guys are still enjoying this series. If you guys have any helpful tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put in the comment section down below. And yeah, thank you guys again for watching, and we'll catch you back in the next episode. Until then, goodbye.